Hi guys, Jonathan Baca here for English 2120 with Professor Alyssa Cavarius Powell. Today we're doing dystopian genre analysis. We're going to start with what is dystopia to me, and I think dystopia is like a crumbled society, a society that can be an illusion of a world that's perfect when it's really not. Um, it could be a dictatorship. Like I said, someone can just be in control of society. There could be numerous propaganda themes, like in 1982 with George Orwell, or 1984, sorry. George Orwell, they have the propaganda all over. Big Brother's watching you. There's numerous traits. I know a dehumanized society, like if you're into the Avengers or Marvel with the MCU. Um, you look at Ultron, for instance. A perfect world to him is with no humans. It's ruled by robots. We're the ones killing the earth. An unsafer environments with citizens. An example of that I like is the Hunger Games. If you ever noticed or watched or read the book, watched movies or read the books. District 12. It's not really a safe environment for citizens. They're all very poor. None of them, have money. If they get sick, they have to rely on like their wit and their knowledge of the forestry. They're not allowed to go hunting, but they do anyways. Um, just like that, the natural world is compromised. Um, so there's numerous different ideas to what a dystopian can be, but generally it's ruled by a figure or form of government, and civilization is lacking resources and sometimes humane traits. Excuse me. Um, I chose to go over the book's Saga because I actually really enjoyed this one. It really reminded me of like a Star Wars type theme with the space, the laser guns and aliens, all that kind of stuff, and the classic love story. So we're gonna jump right into the themes on that, and I think it conveys in Volume One more mature, like Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope, mixed with like a touch of redemption. There's like the classic, oh, we have a new hope, and the new hope would be the daughter Hazel. It's giving the family hope, or giving Marco and Elena hope of family, just like how it was Luke's giving the rebellion hope, of beating the Empire. So, and the redemption thing is Elena was a soldier and she's redeeming herself, and Marco has sworn to nonviolence, even though he carries his sword around. So he's redeeming himself for, actions of war between their people. The biggest theme that I can identify present is the theme of family. Marco and Elena are using Hazel and they're building their family and finding that theme throughout the whole, volume one of comic. The whole time they're just talking about family, 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 love, love, love. It's very repetitive. They're trying to get their family safe. They have much love for their family. They do anything for their family, and they want to get off the planet because their family is in danger. And there's a scene where Marco gets shot, and Elena's freaking out because she loves him and she doesn't want to lose her family. So it's a very repetitive theme that I noticed going on throughout Volume One, and that was like the most presented that I saw. Another theme I saw is redemption and love. I think they tie in together because I noticed that Marco and Elena found themselves redeeming, their past sins of like her being a soldier, him fighting, through the love that they have for each other, and then they're redeeming themselves by not giving Hazel, wanting to not give Hazel a life like that. They're, Marco turned into a pacifist. He even breaks his sword. Um, Elena's giving up her life as a soldier and moved on to her state. So that's another thing. They're redeeming themselves as better people with love, and I mean it all ties in together. Redemption, love, family. Those are really just the biggest themes that I've noticed throughout the novel. The next thing is audiences and genre. I would like to go over genre first because, like I said, it's very very similar to Star Wars. It's more mature, and definitely more of an in depth. But I see some sort of space opera in there. Science fiction, of course, because sci-fi, there's aliens and laser guns and different species and stuff like that. It's a fantasy, you know. So obviously, it's not real to our societal point. There's a lot of action, you know. There's a lot of fighting scenes with the bounty hunters. I can't remember her name, but the bounty hunter, she's naked and she looks like a spider. You know, she's fighting. She ends up getting killed. Her like ex-boyfriend, the other bounty hunter, frees the little girl, or tries to free the little girl from like a sex rink. So he's fighting his way through. There's a lot of adventure, a lot of travel. Marco and Elena specifically travel through a bunch of different places. You know, they're in the forest. They also come across that bounty hunter. They meet different species inside the forest. They meet the little girl. I can't remember her name. The little ghost girl who's missing her lower half. And then, of course, there's love. You know, the whole book just kind of revolves around love. And then for audiences, after reading it, I believe it's intended for audiences that are older and more advanced readers, people that can comprehend what's going on. I could say anywhere from 15 all the way to around 30 as a target audience, because, you know, like I said, people that watch Star Wars would probably enjoy this book, because I'm someone who watches Star Wars and I enjoyed it. And a lot of them are, you know, already older as it is, and then as young as 15, I would say, for this book, but it is a fine line, because, you know, some 15-year-olds are mature and some aren't, so I guess it really just depends on the reader. The graphic comic does have several mature, intimate scenes and the use of a lot of mature language, so that's why I would say it's a fine line for 15s, but it's most likely mature adult audiences as an option. The next thing is critic of modern society. I think that Saga identifies and criticizes race today, modern society. Marco and Elena are different races and fell in love. Prince Robot 4 shares his disapproval and confusion by at first believing Elena was captured and raped by Marco, but then shows his disgust when he realizes that Elena shared a child with Marco willingly. I think this correlates to like today what's going on, you know, with like racism and disapproval and disbeliefs in society. I mean, it's been going on in our society for a long time. You know, white girl falls in love with African American male, dad disapproves. Same thing here with like Elena. At this time, figuratively speaking, would be white girl, Marco would be African male. Prince Robot disapproves of the relationship and is disgusted by it. So that's what I find is like a big critic in modern society. And then I have my reflection posted at the bottom, but that's really it. Thank you.